October 14, 2017 by Joe Saward. Scuderia Toro Rosso, Red Bull by another name, has decided to give New Zealander Brendan Hartley a run in the United States Grand Prix in Austin, to see whether it made a big mistake by dumping him from its Red Bull Junior team 8 years ago. There was a time, not long ago, when Red Bull had drivers aplenty, but Red Bull's helmet Marco went through them like the man with no name went through Mexican bandits in spaghetti westerns. Some fell from roofs with sickening thuds, some were wounded and ran away. Marco cleared the town. Today, for the veritable Red Bull Juniors, only Don Ricciardo, Desperate Dan KVYAT and the gawky Kid Gasly remain in Marco's OK Corral. The rest have been gunned down or have fled. Max Verstappen was bought in to bolster the program, while the blue-eyed boy Seb snagged a prancing horse and galloped away into a dusty sunset. When Carlos Sainz was dragged not kicking nor screaming to Renault, Red Bull had a problem, because newbie Gasly was committed to fighting for Honda in the Super Formula in Japan, leaving a free seat for the U.S. Grand Prix in Austin. Marco's phone has, no doubt, been ringing a lot as every man and his dog has tried for the drive, but it seems that Marco was curious to see what happened to some of his victims and has picked Hartley, who is looking for a single-seater career now that his Porsche sports car career has been torpedoed by the company pulling out of WEC. Hartley has done well with Porsche, his Flass and haystack of hair cut more conservatively than it was in his days on the Red Bull farm. In the last 3 years he has successfully raced Porsches, winning the World Championship in 2015, with his teammates Mark Webber and Timo Bernhard. This year he may repeat that feat but has already scrawled Le Mans winner into his CV. This opportunity came as somewhat of a surprise, he said, using English great understatement. I never did give up on my ambition and childhood dream to reach F1. I have grown and learned so much since the days when I was the Red Bull and Toro Rosso reserve driver, and the tough years I went through made me stronger and even more determined. I want to say a huge thanks to Red Bull for making this a reality, and to Porsche for allowing me to do this alongside the World Endurance Championship. Maybe there is method in all this madness, and Porsche is rumored to be considering an F1 program in the years ahead and so would like to see one of its own landing in F1. If Hartley does a good job, one can imagine that he might be viewed as a possible replacement for Desperate Dan in 2018. Otherwise, so they say, he's off to a ride in IndyCar.